Good afternoon, my little blood bag. I'm happy to see you're adjusting to a vampire sleep schedule already. While I admit it would be easier to take blood from you while you are unconscious, I much prefer it when my prey fights back. I have quite the collection of scars from humans who have clawed at me to get me away. I could heal them, but I much prefer to treat them like trophies. Perhaps if you're good, I'll let you see them. But in order to do that, I need you to add to it first. You didn't try to fight against me the first time I drank from you. So now that I'm going to again, I expect you to put up at least some of a fight. Okay? I know you aren't concerned over dying, but I can still make it hurt. So if you aren't going to claw at me, at least scream. Give me something. Something to make my dead heart race. I'll take anything. So just do it. Oh, your blood. Oh, your blood is so divine. It feels a shame to have you shackled up here. Part of me feels like I should just chain you in my room instead. I'd have easy access to you, 24/7. No need to have to pull myself away from meetings, from stuff, from whatever the hell people try to bother me with. I just want your blood. You want that too. I thought you'd lost your voice. From how much you were shaking, I thought it just fell out. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I told you when we met, my little blood bag. Your blood is special. Your type of blood doesn't come around often. So whenever a human like you does come around, well, let's just say this is the most humane treatment you're going to get. At best, otherwise you would be turned into a vampire as well. So your blood could be immortalized, and people could drink from you to their heart's content, without any regard for your well-being. No regard for anything, just your blood. Or you would be held at an auction house, and every few months they'd drain you of as much blood as they could while keeping you alive and auction it off. So trust me, my dear little blood bag. You are much safer here with me, helping me restore my strength bit by bit, until I could take over even more territories. Yes, I am quite the... I'm not really sure how to put it. I suppose a warlord would be the best way. Many vampires vie over each other's territories. We do look dignified on the outside, yes, I won't deny that. Dracula really did set a trend, even if he was never real. We found those human writings to be quite amusing. Oh, but we do much prefer fighting amongst each other. Oh, there's no feeling like ripping out the throat of a worthy opponent. Well, there is one feeling that's better, and that's drinking your blood. Perhaps I should turn you into a vampire. That way you'll keep your looks. I'll get to feast for eternity, and you get the joy of killing another vampire. It would be a good way to get out your aggression now. Oh, you still look terrified, my little blood bag. Is it really such a foreign concept to you humans? Last I checked, you were always starting wars as well. Always advocating for violence over thought. That's something we vampires admire you for. Even when the going gets tough, you'll just hit it right in the face. Such an admirable way of doing things. Even if usually the ones who start are the ones who lose. At least back then, it meant I'd have food. I wasn't always a high-ranking vampire, you know. I used to be quite the lower class. I was turned into a vampire by a man who couldn't care less. I was forced to stay by his side. He taught me how to fight, at least, I'll give him that. But he never let me do much else. Even when we were on the battlefield, it was only so I could protect his back. I still find it laughable that he'd shock I'd stab him in it. Trust me, my dear bloodbag, loyalty is not something you come across often in the vampire world. Usually, those who are loyal are only doing so to get a better meal. When I betrayed my master, I can admit I was very, very regretful. Even though while I was with him, I was still drinking from corpses. They were at least high-quality corpses. After I left him, I was forced to drink from human corpses, from wars, from animals that had been run over. There was even a time, about a year I'd say, where I went without drinking at all. And then I came across this territory. It was quite the many millennia ago. And it was the first time I ran into someone with a blood like yours. The previous occupant had foolishly allowed it to escape. And I caught it while it was running away. I don't remember much of what happened, I'll be honest. I was so crazed with hunger, I just grabbed it by the throat and drank and drank and drank until there wasn't even a single drop left. I thought at first that the blood must have been exquisite because I was hungry, but then the former lady came out and berated me for being so greedy. And you know what I did? I killed her. Blood as special as yours. People covet it not just for its taste, but for the way it affects us vampires. It makes us so strong. I was able to take down a noble vampire without even a second thought. Oh, the maids and the butlers and all the people who had been relying on them were terrified. So I told them if they wanted to live, they had better begin to serve me instead. Oh, it was laughable the way they looked at me. I think they knew that I wasn't a pure blood, but they couldn't figure out how I was so strong, even with the special blood in my veins. No, I don't mean down my throat, I meant in my veins. It was the first time I'd met someone with special blood, but it wasn't the first time I'd known someone with special blood. My original master turned me for that reason. Yes, my dear blood bag, I too possess that blood. When I drink from someone else with the same kind of blood as me, it seems that my abilities become even grander than if a regular vampire had drunk from you. Which is why I need you. I need you so I can take over more and more territories. I made a mistake with the first special blood, but I won't be making that mistake again. You and I will rule together. I can promise you that. Because I will turn you at some point. Humans only live for, what was it again? 60 years? 100? Well, I admit I hadn't heard about that. Well done. You've extended the life of your species even further. But that's still a second to a vampire. And I don't want to let you and your precious blood die. So even if it's when you're a wrinkly old person, I will still be ready to turn you. At which point, I'll let you drink from me as well. My blood isn't as potent as when I was a human. It's why vampires prefer the auction method. Untainted blood, but it doesn't last forever. So, my power boost to you won't be as strong when you're turned, and it will be vice versa, but that won't matter. We'll still slaughter them all, and at the end of it, we'll still drink from each other and be kept in each other's arms as the only two who truly know what it's like to be us. I'm getting thirsty again. Tilt your head a bit for me, would you, my dear blood bag?